Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss some more concepts of vector calculus. For instance, you already know how do we find the length or magnitude of a vector. Yes, if you have a vector A, then you will find the length or we call it as a magnitude of a vector by A bar. Then, how do we find the direction of a vector? In the previous video, I hope you remember you studied about the unit vector. So what is it? It is a vector. It means it's having a magnitude as well as direction. Correct? But since it's a unit vector, its magnitude is 1. Okay? So what is a unit vector? So unit vector is a vector with magnitude 1 and having some direction. So we can say that the unit vector is nothing but a vector which gives you the direction. So whenever we have to find the direction of a vector, we always find a unit vector for that. So for instance, if I want a vector in the direction of A bar, I will find its unit vector. In some cases, some books, they write it as A cap. Sometimes they use bold A to represent the unit vector. But this is more standard. Okay. Now, where we will use this concept? We will use this concept whenever it is like you have to express a vector as a product of its magnitude and direction. Then how do you express it? You can write your vector as the product of the magnitude and direction. Direction is nothing but the unit vector. So your given vector is V bar. Okay. So multiply its magnitude and the unit vector. So this gives you the magnitude and this second component gives you the direction. This gives you the direction. Okay, so this is an important concept. Okay, expressing a vector as a product of its magnitude and direction. So this is what you need to remember. Let's solve a question. Suppose they ask express the vector as a product of its length and direction. They may use magnitude or direction, length. Okay. So let's say this is your vector A. So if your vector A is 3i minus 2j plus 5k. I want to express it as a product of length and direction. So we know that length is given by magnitude of A and direction is given by the unit vector A. Okay. And unit vector A, how you find? It is the vector divided by its magnitude. So let's start first by finding the magnitude or length. So length of the vector A bar, that is magnitude of A bar. Okay, you know that it is easier if you express it in the component form, which is 3 minus 2, 5. So this gives you 3 square plus minus 2 square plus 5 square, giving you the magnitude of A as 9 plus 4 plus 25. 29 plus 9, that is root of 38. This is the length. Okay, you have to find the direction. So let's find the unit vector. Why we are finding unit vector? Because this gives you the direction. Okay, direction. So unit vector we denote by A cap, which is vector A divided by magnitude. What is your vector in component form? Yes, it's 3 minus 2, 5 over root of 38, the magnitude. Okay, you can write it as 3 over root of 38 minus 2 over root of 38, 5 over root of 38. You can express it in the vector notation as 3 over root of 38i minus 2 over root 38j plus 5 over root 38k. Okay, now expressing your vector as a product of its length and direction. So what it is? Root 38 times this vector. Let me write it a little bit on the other side. So this is root 38 times 3 over root 38 I minus 2 over root 38 j plus 5 over root 38 k. Okay, this is your answer. You have to stop here. Note that don't cancel this root 38 because you are expected to write it in this form. Clear? Now, let's solve another question similar to this. In this question, they want a vector of magnitude 5 in the direction of this vector. So let's say this vector is A. Okay, but the magnitude is already given to be 5. Okay, so from the given vector, from this vector, you need to find only the direction. Okay, so how you will find the direction? You will find the direction by using A cap, which is A bar over magnitude of A. Okay, here the magnitude is given as already 5. Note that this magnitude is not the magnitude of this vector. So you use this vector only to find the unit vector. So given the vector A, I plus 2j plus 3k. In the component form, 1, 2, 3. Find its magnitude, which is root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. That is 1 plus 4 plus 9, root 14. So the unit vector, or I should write the direction, is given by vector A over the magnitude of vector A. So which is I plus 2j plus 3k. This whole divided by root 14. You can split it up as I over root 14 plus 2j over root 14 plus 3k over root 14. Now, the required vector, okay, what will be the required vector? The magnitude should be 5. So, 5 multiply your unit vector A cap. Okay, note the difference here. Magnitude is given because this vector is giving you only the direction. In the previous question, they were asking you to express the vector as product of its length and direction. So that's why here you multiplied by root 38. Here they are asking you to find a vector in the direction of this vector, and magnitude should be 5. So this gives you direction. So you multiply 5 with this vector I over root 14 2 over root 14 j plus 3 over root 14. Clear? Note the difference. Okay. Now, let's take one more example. Now, what they said again, the magnitude, find a vector of magnitude 5, okay, in the direction opposite to the direction of this vector. Okay. I hope you remember in the very first video related to a vector, like if AB is a given vector, then you write BA as minus of AB. So what it means, the magnitude remains same, but the direction is opposite. Okay, so you know how to find the direction of this vector, correct? So since they need opposite, you multiply the direction by minus. So let's see how to work on it. Suppose your vector is minus I plus 2k. Note that there is no j component. Let's name the vector as A. Okay, so since we have to find direction, if we have to find a vector in the direction of A, we have to find unit vector. So for that, we need the magnitude, which is given by minus 1 square plus 2 square. I hope now you know that it will be minus 1, 0, 2. Okay, so this is giving you root of 5. So we get the direction, that is A cap, as, yes, the vector A divided by its magnitude. So which is, you can write the vector, what is it? Minus I plus 2k divided by root 5. So this is minus 1 over root 5I plus 2 over root 5k. Now, here you have the word opposite. So, direction opposite will be opposite to A will be minus of A cap. So what you have to do, you have to multiply this vector by negative. Okay, 2 over root 5. Okay, so this gives you 1 over root 5I minus 2 over root 5k. So you have now the opposite direction. Now you have to find the required vector. Magnitude should be 5 and this will be the direction. So the required vector will be, yes, think about it. It will be 5, which is the magnitude, multiplied by minus of A cap. So which is 5 multiplied by minus of A cap is 1 over root 5I minus 2 over root 5. Okay. So this is how you can work on these type of question. Let's recall. Length or magnitude is given by the absolute value and direction is given by the unit vector. Okay, which is always the vector divided by its magnitude. So I hope it's clear now. Okay. So whenever you're expressing a vector as a product of magnitude and direction, you multiply the magnitude with the unit vector that gives you the direction. Okay. So as we did in this example, if it is in the same direction and magnitude is given, multiply the given magnitude with the direction, which is the unit vector. Okay. And if it is in the opposite direction, just put the negative sign. Okay. For the opposite direction to the minus and multiply with the magnitude. They may change the magnitude to 7, 8 or any other number. So it will get affected only here. Okay.